how do you feel about Diddy, riding around, taking pictures, kind of smiling, acting like nothing's going on? He's in a few different videos. I know he's on his bike on one, and he's on another video, in a store. Just, it's kind of crazy.
It's crazy that you see him now more doing those things than you saw him prior to the raid and everything. Whoever he got as his publicist, his PR people that's telling him to do those things, they got to be out there crazy, man, trying to make it seem like it's normal, that you're a normal person, and he ain't never been trying to be a normal person through this whole thing. But now he's out trying to show people that he's normal and he's just regular, riding a bike, going into the stores, taking his kids places and everything. Yo, I don't blame him when it's getting close for this to be probably his last days free.
Just trying to get out there. Okay, so now that all this has came out, you've been a big voice against Diddy. You've spoken up against Diddy. Have you spoken about your...
Bruh.
No?
I've been a big voice against Diddy? Nah. Come on, Cam.
Oh, okay.
What have I said against Diddy? Not much, right?
I thought it was kind of a lot, but I guess I could be mistaken.
Listen, Cam.
Oh.
I was there when Bad Boy started at Uptown Records. I was doing the parties at the doors that they were doing. I have pictures. Heavy D first birthday party. You know what I'm saying, with Uptown Records. You understand? Diddy was brought over and he became part of our crew, the same gang. When he was doing parties at the Red Zone in the building, I was there, brother. You understand? I never had nothing against Sean, John, Combs, Puffy, Daddy's House, Puff Daddy, or Diddy. When dude became Brother Love and he started thinking that he could talk to people, moms, any kind of way, when he could treat people who loved him and gave money out their pocket once he was doing bad with the city college shit, when he turned his back on our crew, what helped him, and people used to wait for him, people used to show him love, people didn't put their life on the line, whether you're a bodyguard or not. When he became that individual, all I did is told what he did. And if that's been a voice against him, say hello to the bad guy.
Okay, for sure. I hear you, bro. I hear you. So now, the feds have probably talked to Cassie and probably talked to a lot of other people. The feds come knocking on your door. What do you say?
Why would they?
Well, you've been online speaking about your experiences with him.
Right. But why would they come knocking on my door? They don't have to come knocking on my door. You know what they do? They'll give me a phone call. We want to see you in our office. I'll get me a lawyer, and I'll go to their office.
Okay.
Like any normal citizen would.
What do you think about the documents that dropped alleging that Young Miami and 50 Cent's baby's mom were paid a monthly fee to be Diddy's sex worker?
Well, I know they said that, and Young Miami had mentioned at one time that Diddy was cutting her pay because I think she was probably getting like $250,000 a month or something like that. But if you look at the history of Cassie, Cassie was paid for 10 years up to, I think, like $2.5 million. So she was getting $250,000 a year for what? They say that she was an artist developer or something like that, but I don't know in those 10 years any artists that she developed. What happens is that the IRS is going to see what money was being paid out. That's why the IRS went to everybody who was doing business deals with them, that he was doing business deal, and asked for the paperwork, the paper trail. So they're going to see where this money was coming from, where this money was going to, and who was getting it for what reasons. And if they were getting money for allegedly being sex workers for them, that's what you call sex trafficking.
So this could be a problem. Big time. But they'd have to prove it.
Yes, sir.
So, sex trafficking. From what I understand, sex trafficking is like, you can literally, like talk to a chick on Instagram and she lives in Wyoming and you fly her out to your house to have sex. That could be considered sex trafficking.
No, it can't. No, it can't.
Okay, so what?
Sex trafficking is when you take underage. Because if I got a girl, come on, Cam. If I talk to a girl in Miami and I want to fly her to New York, you know what I'm saying? And she come to my house and we, as consenting adults, have sex, that's not sex trafficking. Sex trafficking is when you are buying or purchasing or selling sex. You know what I'm saying? And you go from state to state doing it, or you have underage coming to state to have sex and do sex and lewd acts. That's more like sex trafficking, bro. It can't be with somebody that you meet online and you fly them to your crib. Not at all.
So I'm going to read a quick definition of it. Sex trafficking is human trafficking for the purpose of sexual exploitation. It has been called a form of modern slavery because of the way victims are forced into sexual acts non-consensually in a form of sexual slavery.
Mm-hmm. Now, what your question was and what you said to me, if you call a girl from Wyoming and you fly her in and you have sex with her, you're not doing nothing against her own will, right? But if you make somebody do something against their own will by drugging them, if you make somebody do something against their own will by or you entice them with money and things like that to do those sexual acts, that's sex trafficking. But just any woman.
That's what I'm saying with the money. If you meet a chick and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you to come hang out with me for the weekend and have sex, boom.
That could be considered sex trafficking. But if you paying for it, that's a form of prostitution. And then you went across certain state lines.
Yeah. So it's kind of it has, yeah, it could be a few different, you know what I'm saying? Not really sure exactly what the sex trafficking they're saying with Diddy. Did he force people to do it? Was he just paying people to do it?
Well, I can't say I wasn't there. I had nothing to do with that. But based on the information that we have, Lil Rod said that he was putting things into the drinks. He was making people take tequila shots. that was laced with certain drugs that enticed people to want to have sex and everything. This is part of the complaint that the people around him are saying. This is a thing that Jonathan Obi was saying. This is the thing that Cassie was saying. I never said that because I wasn't around them during them times. So based on the information that we have from the 3 people that made complaints against him that we know of, they said that he had done that in the past, according to them, and according to the court documents that we know of.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.